right. Let's bring in Aftab Kamal Pasha, who is in New Delhi. He's a professor of Middle East Studies at Jawaharlal Nehru University. Welcome to the program. So much happening right now, the timing of which is fascinating. So we were just talking there with Nizar about the two bargaining chips that there are right now, Rafah and the hostages. How do you see the fact that Hamas left Cairo negotiations, they're now in Doha discussing the exchange proposal, and we're hearing the Israeli army saying that they're evacuating Palestinians in Rafah ahead of an imminent operation? What do you make of all of this and the timing?
All the 3 points which you mentioned have been ongoing for the last couple of weeks, at least for 2 months. Netanyahu has been threatening an attack on Rafah as the final point to eradicate Hamas and release the captives, Israeli captives held by Hamas. Then the negotiations which were held at Cairo and other places were just a cover to prepare the Israeli army, IDF, to relocate and position themselves, which Hamas attacked some of the vehicles there and injured and killed some Israeli soldiers near that Karim Shalom crossing, where they had assembled more personnel carrier and tanks and other military equipment to launch their Rafah operation. But it was Israel which had been, Netanyahu who had been saying from the very beginning that no matter what happens in Cairo, whether it is agreement for release of hostages or the short-term ceasefire, his determination to launch an attack on Rafah would continue, and he would not listen to any voice calling for stoppage of his attack on Rafah, whether it is US or international bodies. He has made it very clear. So in that way, it was Israel.
Yeah, I just want to jump in and ask you, why is he so adamant about Rafah? Why is he just, we've heard that since, well, as you say, for a long time, with or without a ceasefire a deal, we're going into Rafah.
You see, there are two things, very compelling factors. One is his personal conviction that Hamas has to be completely liquidated in Gaza so that Israel remains safe and there is no such attack which happened on October 7th. He is convinced himself, irrespective of the military strategic advice he is getting, which may be wrong in his head. He is convinced that he is in a position to use the military to eradicate Hamas, which many observers throughout the world feel that that is an uphill task. He has not been able to do it in 6-7 months, and Hamas remains entrenched in the tunnels, and Hamas remains fairly popular among the population there, irrespective of the casualties and sufferings and agony they have gone through. Second one is he's surrounded by extreme right-wing ministers, whether it is the finance minister or the national security minister, who have threatened that if he doesn't launch an attack on Rafah, or concludes a ceasefire, long-term ceasefire deal, they are going to walk out of the government. So he is caught between the devil and the deep blue sea, and he's convinced that he's on the right track, although it is leading to political isolation of Israel, diplomatic isolation, and the straining of relations with the United States and the West, and also global outcry against what Israel has been doing against the Palestinian civilians. Internally also it has been very expensive, knowing fully fact that it is a mobilization army, and it has been expensive for the last 6-7 months. And the fact that he has not been able to restrain the Hezbollah and Houthis and other elements, on top of it, Iran also bombarded with its missiles and drones. So he is on a suicidal path that what he has enumerated earlier, that he should eradicate Hamas. his mistaken belief that he will be able to do it. He is determined to pursue on this suicide path, and he is not willing to listen to any sane advice, even from his closest friend.
Aftab Kamal Pasha, thank you very much indeed for your time and your analysis. Thank you.